While many educational videos cover a topic of interest to a small number of people, occasionally an educational video will break through the noise and become recommended and even make it to the trending tab. So what did the EduTuber do to get their video to go viral? To answer this question, I met up with a bunch of EduTubers at the YouTube EduCon conference. I'm here in LA for the YouTube EduCon conference, and I thought I'd ask a few others at the conference about their most successful video and what do they think made it so successful? What did they do? The responses I got from YouTube EduCon fell into 4 categories. The first was educational videos that answer a specific question that no one was answering.
Relatively speaking, the first video I ever did just answered the question, like, what is library and information science? Because nobody has an idea. And honestly, I only made the video because I got tired of explaining, like, this is what library and information science is. And I wanted to have, like, a short link that I could send to people. And what ended up happening with it is, so I uploaded it, and then people started watching it, and then more people started watching it. And then suddenly it started getting spread around universities. So, like, City University started spreading it in their classes, some of the profs there, and at my own university, it's now like required viewing in the first term.
So it hits on I guess a pet peeve that a lot of people have, like, why is English so hard to spell? Why is it such a crazy spelling system?
Oh, okay, so it's a common question.
It's a common question, and particularly one that gets people riled up.
Yeah.
Like, people, often have strong feelings about spelling.
So.
And it surprised me because I thought, I'll do this because, it could be helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, I don't know how interesting it will necessarily be to a general audience, but apparently everyone loved it, so.
Wow.
Second, targeting a specific demographic like high school students or gamers tends to be a great way to introduce education into areas that normally don't have it.
Another comment that we heard a lot was the notion of, like, really understanding your audience. Like, is your audience really interested in video games? Are they really interested in a particular niche? So if you're connecting to that area of interest, that's another way of really attracting other educational YouTubers to go and watch your video.
We have a youth advisory board that we work with every year, and it's like a dozen or so high school students from around the Bay Area. So, and they actually wrote and produced an episode last year on vaping. So like that, yeah. So like they wrote it, produced it, they came up with skits, all this stuff, and like the response was like every other high school that we've talked to, they love that video. They're like, that video is cool, and it's like, well, duh, because other high schoolers, like your age demographic, you guys made the video.
My most popular video is titled "Are Humans OP?" as in overpowered, and it just delves into all of the unique traits that humans have as a species that granted them a unique advantage during the course of evolutionary history. And I think they really resonate with people knowing that, I'm the only animal that can throw things. Other animals can't really throw objects with any sort of force or accuracy. Other animals can't sweat, and sweating helps you regenerate your stamina and body heat. I think my second most popular one is related to cats, which, of course, because it's the internet and the internet loves cats.
They love cats, yeah.
It's fine. And I think after that, I have a few that are about dinosaurs and like various extinction events, which I frame as like a balance update in a video game.
Oh, I love how you frame it as video games. Does that make it more accessible?
Yeah, that's the idea of the channel. I think that's what makes the channel itself successful, is that it reaches a demographic that doesn't really normally pay attention to the EDU content. I reach gamers, and so people who are into video games, generally, that's a huge audience on YouTube. I think I do basically the opposite of what MatPat does. MatPat teaches about video games using real-life concepts. So he'll do like something about genetics in order to explain why Luigi's like eyes are blue or something like that. Whereas I am using video games to teach about real life.
Third, tentpole events such as popular music and events like the anniversary of the moon landing are frequently searched.
I think really what makes it popular is the accessibility. Each of them we try pretty hard to be a song that people have thought of or would know of. We did Imperial March, Sweet Child of Mine, like I mentioned. things that people know, and so they're like, oh, I know this song, I'm curious about it. They're titled Understanding, which a lot of people will accidentally click on thinking it's a lyrical analysis, and that's not our fault, but it does help.
Exactly. So like if you're attaching to the tentpole of like something that's really popular or a song that's just really blowing up, people are very curious about why is that one so popular, and so you can do that analysis afterwards.
Yeah, we got our video was featured at the VidCon keynote last year, in part when because we did an analysis of Africa.
Photos. That's
exactly.
huge. Okay.
About that.
And finally, collaborations and shoutouts from more popular channels has also worked to bring a lot of attention to their videos.
So we worked together through Recreate EDU, and there was like a collab playlist that we all cross-promoted on our channels. So that was outstanding because it gave us a chance to hang out together and all be part of a single playlist and try to coalesce around a single theme. What was great about it is it showed us to a bunch of audience that we might never have, because one of the creators was 12 Tone. He does all music theory.
Yes, I remember.
It was outstanding. By having a whole different audience, it exposed them to my adventure science, and all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I gained 600 subscribers just by being a part of this playlist right there, just by working with people and having access to a whole new pool. Because I feel like the algorithm kind of works somewhat like an echo chamber. Like if you're searching the same things or watching the same videos, it's going to recommend those same videos, and you're kind of stuck in that little genre right there. Well, when we were part of the collaborative playlist, it inserted us into people's echo chamber and expanded it, and so all of a sudden another one of our videos would come up, or someone similar in our genre came up in their recommended videos.
And I would say popularity, I think, for us comes from being shouted, from shout-outs from other channels. Other channels being like, hey, we collabed with so-and-so, check them out. So if you look at our view count, you'll see certain videos have hundreds of thousands of views, and that's because, this person shouted us out, from this channel.
Some of the other reasons that people said that their educational YouTube videos were successful was because they specifically tried to call out things that were scams. So they said you shouldn't go and invest in this type of makeup because, that would be... It's not really going to have any impact, and here's why. Let me show you, explain the science behind it. So I thought that was another interesting thing. Is you're providing value through providing consumer information, so information that will inform consumer choices. There were a few others that were focused on animations. So there are a few animation channels, the infographics, for example, that became quite popular as well. And you just look at Kurzgat, you look at some of the infographics show, for example, and their popularity, it has a lot to do with just that simplicity. It feels like it's easier to learn.
This leads to the question, how do we get our videos used by teachers and shown to students in classrooms around the world? Well, most teachers are required to teach against educational standards, so they need more than a video. Teachers like Kevin Spencer argue that we remember what we watch when there's retrieval practice through hands-on activities and worksheets that they can print out for the whole class as part of a lesson plan. I know what you're thinking, it's a lot of work. But I work with a team of amazing teachers who would love to build fun activities to go with your educational YouTube videos. They would be aligned to curriculum standards and accessible without a login through our Snowflake software at snow.live. Teachers from over 70 countries would have access to the lesson, and here's the best part. For a limited time, we're making these lessons free of charge to the community. So check out some of the lesson examples and worksheets from other EduTubers who have already joined, and I'll leave a link in the description below for how you can sign up. And also let me know if you've got any questions in the comments below. Thanks, I'll see you in the next one.